tell a friend, to tell a friend. Listen up, you little bitches, this a PSA. I manifested all my dreams cause I found a way. I don't get caught up in the drama, I just stay out the way. I break loose and sing my prayers and have a real nice day. Now I'm back, jumping out the windows. Hope you haters can't see all my wins though. Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your friends though. I'ma keep winning, baby, just hope and believe so. I just love. I love that neo soul, that R&B, that slow jams on a Saturday morning. Guys, I just love that type of music in the morning. How you guys doing?
That was
That was
definitely a
definitely a
vibe.
vibe.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
Yes, and it also cuts back on my my editing time. I could just put it in the podcast already. What's going on? How's everybody doing this Saturday?
What's up?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's up?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
could be
Who could be
sad after
sad
that
after that
intro?
intro?
That's true. You can't be sad. We don't want anybody sad. We want you to be happy. We want you to be healthy and surrounded by people that love you.
Amen.
Amen.
Today is Saturday, March 22nd. This is our fifth podcast episode. How you guys feel about that? Like, I think that's actually pretty like a great accomplishment.
Yes,
Yes, we're proud.
Yeah, proud. Yeah. We got a couple of hundred views on small clips on YouTube, but we need to run up our numbers on the actual podcast episodes. They are growing because I tell people here and there about the podcast, and people are intrigued. We got to our sixth subscriber on YouTube. You can find us at the Tribe 9 podcast. At the Tribe 9 podcast, guys. Um, Also, share with your friends, share with your family, share with your people that you just, you know, because the topics that we discuss is actually like really good topics. So I want to make sure that we include as many people as possible on our journey. Um, so without further ado, let's get to it, right? Let's be real. Let's be real. It's a segment that we get to talk about anything that's going on in our lives, anything that is happening around the world, or how we're personally feeling on today. And just to keep things short, we want to just have one of us talk about something that they're real about, and we can expound on that. If anybody, I think all of us may have something that we want to be real about, but does anybody have something that they feel like we can all resonate with? No? Come on, guys. Daisha, I don't think Daisha has ever done Let's Be Real. Has she done Let's Be Real before?
I have
Daisha,
not.
Daisha, we want to hear.
Okay.
Let's be real about something.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
be
I'm gonna be
real.
real.
I'm in
I'm
the
in the
process of
process
doing
of
my
doing my
hair, so
hair,
that's
so
why I'm
that's
not
why I'm
turning
not
my
turning my
camera on.
camera on.
So I'm
So I'm
being
being
real. I
real.
have
I
on a
have on a
ball
ball
cap right
cap right
now.
now.
Okay, well, that's why I got the hat on, because the head is not cut.
Yeah.
I feel
I
you,
feel you,
sis.
sis.
But I'm
But I'm
braided.
braided.
I'm
I'm
not
not
out of
out of
this
this
until
until
it's
it's
entirely too
entirely
late.
too late.
Yeah, well, we all know that we care. Like, in the Black community, the hair is the most important thing, you know. And the great thing about the Black community is that we can make our hair look like whatever we want it to. We can afro it up. We can do the locks. We can do the braids. We can do the long straight. We can, add the clip-ins. Y'all remember those French rolls that your mamas used to get?
I've seen them
I've
making
seen
a
them making a
comeback. I've
comeback.
seen a few
Seen a few
videos of
videos
people
of
Yeah, a
like,
people.
lot
Yeah,
of
a
that
lot of
stuff
that
has
stuff
come
is
back.
coming.
I'm
I
like,
think it's kind of elegant and cute. It's very, very
very classy.
Very classy.
Yeah.
timeless. Yeah, timeless. No, for real. And guys, same thing. We grow the beard out, we cut the beard, short hair. I think a lot of guys are growing braids out. I do not miss those days of sitting down and getting my hair braided. Do not miss that. I had like a lot of hair, and I felt like every time someone would braid my hair, it would be painful because they would be like pulling it and braiding, pulling and braiding. Yeah.
That's how you break.
That's how you what? That's how you braid.
That's what you hear. It hurt.
And my mom used to make us come to the beauty salon with her when we were little. So I used to sit like 2 hours waiting, maybe longer, because she was friends with the beautician as well. So we would be in there all day. And I couldn't wait for the time that we left, you know.
Understand.
All right. You guys, are you ready to get to some of these very controversial topics? I mean, I didn't make these topics up. Coco sent them to me. um, but they're definitely like worth the drama, worth the conversation. So let's get to it. All right. So has the Target boycott ended? So back in January 2025, Target announced that it would scale back or end several diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI programs. The move follows a broader political pressure and policy shifts against DEI in the United States. In that same year, in late January, early February, civil rights leaders, um, I won't say all the names because just for time purposes, and also I don't know these people. We don't know these people personally, but anyways, there was a group of civil rights leaders who began calling for a boycott. The boycott calls aligned with Black History Month and also with Lent, right? And that boycott lasted almost, I mean, over a year. Recently, Jamal Bryant, which is the pastor of a church in Atlanta, he went on a press conference along with several other um, civil rights leaders and said that the boycott had ended, saying that Target met several of their demands. And but then two of the leaders who were also at the press conference said that they will not be shopping back at Target. So it left a lot of the Black community confused whether there was a boycott or whether there wasn't a boycott. I mean, whether the boycott had ended or whether the boycott was being continued. And if there was any sole leader that could call for the end of a boycott, even if Target did not specifically issue out a public apology or even address the issues to the public, I want to know with you guys, did you know about the Target boycott? Also, were you participating in the Target boycott? And in light of all the recent events surrounding the boycott, what do you think about the new civil rights leaders that we have and their important role in the Black community? And is the Black community all on one accord with this boycott? I'll kick it off to Jazz. What you thinking?
Oh, me. Thinking a lot of different things. I knew about the. I used to really love because I felt like a good shopping experience. It felt safe. It felt clean. It felt, there was even like a little rebate every now and again. So well, I used to go regularly for the rebates with like laundry detergent and stuff like that, get my little extra $10, $20 back or whatever. So I like Target. I liked Target. But yes, when I found out about the DEI changes, I definitely pulled back. I'm not gonna act like I never went back in Target. I'm sorry. There were a few emergencies that I just had to go into Target to get one or two little things. And if I did, I tried to buy like black owned products. Like Target is one of those places I know I can get like Honey Pot products or anything from Tabitha Brown. So I tried to only shop for the black owned businesses. Um, so I think with this whole controversy of Jamal saying that, or let me give him some respect, Pastor Jamal Bryant saying that the boycott is over, I think the issue is that I think we've learned as a community that we can't have just one leader um, of the African American community, because historically, if we have anyone who stands out and represents the African American community, they die. They are killed. So I think there's some pushback in that sense to not make him the answer or somebody that, negotiates for everyone. I think that's part of the problem. I think that he kind of selfishly made that decision because I'm not sure exactly what the items are that they negotiated that felt like it was enough that we should now end the boycott. I don't think I'll be shopping at Target that much in the future. It'll probably be pretty much like how I shop now, um, which is very limited times that I visit Target. So, yeah, I think it would be nice if we had like a black owned version of Target because we boycotted Target, but then it was like you still have to shop somewhere. So now you're at Walmart, which isn't that great either, who kind of did the same thing, whereas at least Target was trying. So I'm a little conflicted, but overall, uh,
Well, there was some. I mean, yes, I do think that the demands were not clear because I didn't know what they were, but um, they said that it was that they were supposed to invest $2 billion within the black community, spread around businesses, nonprofit organizations, et cetera, et cetera. They were also supposed to team up with HBCUs. I guess that was a thing. Um,
no, that
no, that
wasn't.
wasn't.
I think. Sorry, I don't
Sorry, I
mean
don't
to
mean
then
to
cut you
cut
off,
you off.
but that was the
That
thing
was the
in high
thing
school at
at
FAMU. We
FAMU.
had a
Had
night
a night
freshman year
freshman
where
year
we
where
would
we
go into
go into
Target. They
Target.
would
They would
get
get
buses or
buses or
whatever, shuttle us to
shuttle us to
Target.
Target.
We could
We
shop
could
for
shop
whatever
for
we
whatever we
needed
needed
to
to
campus.
campus.
So I do feel like Target has been trying. They didn't take us to Walmart. Walmart didn't come and pick us up and make sure we had the supplies we needed for the semester. It kind of feels bad that like Target gets painted with this negative image for even trying because they didn't do all the things that they were supposed to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I stopped shopping at Target when they made it a public thing. I was like, oh, this is easy for me. I can not shop at Target. I did shop at Target a lot. I used to go there for like toilet tissue, paper towels, toothpaste, toothbrush, all the household things I used to go to Target for. In New York, we don't have things like Walmart. So Target is like the next best thing for us in New York. However, like I said, when the boycott happened, I said I'm not gonna do this. But also, guys, Coco and Daisha, if you guys want to all both um, drop yourself down, and then I'll add you guys back up just to see if that helps with both of you guys sound. That
I
work?
can
I can
hear.
hear. You can hear. It's just Daisha. She said every time. Let's see if that works. Maybe that works. Maybe that. Um, we'll try to work out the technical difficulties. I think Daisha Coco now can't hear. Oh, let me drop you down too. Is it interchanging you guys' sound? Because Coco, Jazz, can you hear me? It's just those two for some reason.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I
hear
can.
you. Can you
Can you
guys hear
guys
some sound in the
sound in the
settings? Like
setting? Like
maybe it's
maybe it's
jumping
jumping
into
into
something else.
something else.
Only
Only
audio
audio
problem
problem
is that
is
I
that
hear
I hear
Coco.
Coco.
Oh,
Oh,
try this.
this.
Uh-oh. Do we got magic happening here?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us? Coco?
Hello. Hello.
Daisha,
Yeah.
you can hear us,
You can't
right?
hear me? Hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear
I
y'all
can hear
now.
y'all now.
Like,
Hello.
yeah. We can hear you, Coco.
Mm,
You want me to just add this one, Coco, and you can take down the other one? We're gonna try to just work around the sound quality. I mean the interruptions, guys. So sorry about that. Um I don't know why this continues to happen, but
what you?
we need to email StreamYard so they can work on this. But what I wanted to say was it was very easy for me to walk away from Target. However, I'm always I'm always lending
Girl,
myself
get out of
to
my
the
face.
black community and in support of the black community and whatever we're supposed to be doing. And I just see that the
Bring
black
me your
community,
tablet or something. Bring me something I can use.
we sometimes get in the way of our own agendas because we're not really standing up with each other. We're just making like all these like independent moves. And at some point, as a black man, I get tired. I get tired of like, and I'm never going back to Target, by the way. I don't miss Target. Like, I don't even think about Target. And I go to Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's and Target are right next to each other. And I don't even, it's practically like I don't even see Target because that's how long I've not been shopping there. But I will say, just for like the longer game, like, if another black leader talks about boycotting something else, I'm gonna be less likely to be motivated to participate because it's like, are y'all even serious? Do y'all even care about what is it doing to us as a community? You know? So, Daisha, I know that you don't have a target, but what do you think about boycotts in general? Do you feel like they're effective? Do you feel like um there is black leaders that can tell other black people what to do with their dollars?
So yeah, I never was a big fan of Target because we don't have one. But when it comes to boycotting, I feel like people still gonna do what they want to do. Well, we have leaders that say, okay, well we shouldn't do this or we shouldn't do this. People still gonna go against it and still support. And I feel like for me, um, I kind of like agree because if it is something that's hurting us as black people, I don't feel like we should be supporting it. So, but no, I'm not. I'm a fan of the boycotting thing. Like, if they say, okay, this is the reason for this boycott, I think we should join in and support it to be stronger.
Yeah, I feel like, that's really what we want to see is that people are really coming together and we are supporting a movement that could better our lives as
Right,
a
because once
collective.
they see it, it'll. I mean, I feel like once they see that we're changing or at least boycotting, some stuff can definitely change. It'll definitely make a change.
Yeah. You on mute real quick.
Oh,
No, not you, Jazz was on mute.
yeah, we all have to like agree and be on the same page. Like, I think because we have more freedoms now, it's really hard to get us all on the same page about things that are still negatively affecting our community. And I think people are kind of like distant, whereas before we had more of a sense of community. So I don't know. I'm down for the cause, but there's
Coco, I
always
don't know
going
if
to be that 10%.
Coco, I don't know if you can hear us, but do you want to chime in on this Target boycott real quick? I think she's still working out her sound, guys. Um, she's trying to figure it out. We love you, Coco. Technical difficulties, but yeah, I honestly think that if they said they got something out of Target, great. You know, shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant. The other people are Nina Turner, former senator of Ohio.
Mhm.
Nina Turner, and she was a state senator. Um, also, Tamika Mallory, she is a civil rights activist that came around during the before George Floyd, but before, I believe it was
Mike
Mike Brown.
Mike
She
Brown.
she came to prominence during that time, and since then she has been advocating for the liberation of Black people, the Black diaspora in the United States. And there is also a woman who actually started the boycott, and her name is Nakima Armstrong. She is based out of Minneapolis. She has an organization that, because Target is also headquartered in Minneapolis, she thought that this would be a great way to start this movement because it hits close to home. You know, they have a big Black community, a strong Black community in Minneapolis, and it just so happened that Target was one of the companies that ended the DEI program that was specifically brought together because of the George Floyd, which happened in Minneapolis as well. So, yeah, guys, I think that boycotts are effective. I think that they are only effective as the communicators in the process. And I honestly did not like that Jamal Bryant and these three individuals and made decisions to speak on behalf of Black folks. That's crazy. Like, let Black people tell you, like, they should do a poll. Are Black people tired, feel like they got something out of Target? And then you can speak. But to say that this is what we should just listen to you, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Moving on to our next topic. I want to talk about ballet, opera, and the dying. Is it a dying art form? So recently, there was an actor. Please correct me because I don't know his last name. Timothy Chalamet. Sounds about right. He is a well-known actor, famous. He's currently dating a Kardashian. Well, actually not a Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and he's been catching a lot of flack lately. During a February 2026 CNN and Variety town hall with Matthew McConaughey, Timothy discussed the state of modern entertainment. He said that he wouldn't want to work in ballet or opera and suggest that they are art forms that nobody really cares about. In another phrasing, he implied they were less relevant or dying compared to faster paced modern media, like being an actor, I guess. Um, People perceive disrespect to the classical art forms. Many artists and institutions felt like he dismissed the entire disciplines with long cultural histories. Um, Chalamet actually has family ties to ballet dancers. His mother and other relatives in his family were all ballet dancers, which seemed to be a little bit surprising that he would make the comments. And these comments came up right before the Oscar and the award seasons, and which he did not win his Oscar at the 2026 Oscars. And what do you guys think about this broader conversation about ballet, opera, classical art forms? Do you believe that these are dying arts? Do you feel like people are just making this a big deal out of nothing. And should he be held to the fire for just giving his personal viewpoint about said art? Daisha, do you listen to opera or do you watch ballet?
Are you
I
okay?
do not listen to opera. But what's crazy is, like a couple of months ago, I did go to a ballet show for the Nutcracker, and it actually was nice. And I'm actually going to another one next week. I
Hmm.
forgot what it's called. I think it's the Wizard of Oz that I'm going to next week. So I'm getting into it now because I really do like it.
We love to hear that. Yes. I love that because in Orangeburg, South Carolina, or in Columbia, who would have thought that people are going to see ballet?
Hold up
Um,
now.
Right, and it really
no,
don't
no,
be a lot
No,
of people
no,
there, so
no.
they always encourage you to like make sure y'all tell other people to fill the seats because it really do not be like really packed how you would expect it to be. So they really want us to like promote it and make sure you tell other people to come out, especially to support the kids because it don't be a lot of seats filled. And you know
it,
sometimes the kids get disappointed because it's not that many people that show up.
Right.
I agree. Jazz, what you thinking?
Yeah, I think there is a community for it. It's just, about finding that community if you're interested in it. I do like respect the art of ballet and opera. I haven't been to a show in a while, but I'm not opposed to going either. Like I think it was really cool what Misty Copeland did, and becoming the first African American principal dancer at the American Ballet, right? Super dope, super talented. And to see her at the Oscars was really cool, being that she had just had like hip surgery that like in December or something like that, and to be able to perform even just for a little bit was really beautiful to see. And I think art in general is subjective. Everybody's not going to like it. It's not to be that everyone has to love opera or go or ballet and all that, but if you're interested, if you enjoy it, then I think that you have to show up. Like even theater to a certain degree is kind of niche and not, very popular. I went to see a play maybe like a month ago here in Columbia. Well, I'm not gonna act like I can recall the name of the play, but it was really good. It was the first play I've ever been to where like you are like the room, you are like right there. Like there's no stage, you're not sitting in the audience. It was like we're all in this room together and they are acting around us. And they look at me in my eyeballs. And I was like, this is real intense. But it was also super dope. It helped pull you into the story and get you all involved and get like emotionally attached. So I like it. I like the arts. I'm a big supporter. I'm not gonna say that, I'm going to an opera tomorrow, but if I got invited, I would definitely go check it out. Put on my little gown and whatnot and show up and show out.
No, yeah. Um, I didn't see nothing wrong with what he said. I think that he has a right to, to
His opinion.
not have that same fondness of ballet and opera. Um, and we do know that it's a long lasting classical art form. Me as an actor, yes, I've been in plays where it's only been like 20 people in the crowd and we still gotta do our part as actors to um convey the message, to convey the story. And yeah, I feel like classical theater, classical performance, classical dance, singing, these are forms that it does take a community's effort um to make relevant. Also, we only know Misty Copeland. Name another ballet dancer. Name five. Name five opera singers. Name five classically trained. theater actors. We can't name them. We can't name a lot of them because in today's society, unless you're on the big screen, unless you're online, unless you're, you know, because Misty Copeland is a one-off occurrence where, she was one of the first, and so she's been able to get publicized so many times. But I think Timothy Chalamet, I think he was really speaking from a personal standpoint. It's like, yeah, my mother was a ballet dancer, my relatives were ballet dancers, and they didn't really have a long career, and ballet could not afford to keep them in the art form, so they had to go on to do other things. Um, and that's unfortunate, but it happens. I just hate to see like I just hate to see the world like criticizing a guy for having an opinion about what he thinks is dying or not dying. I If it's not dying, then prove, let us see it. Invite him to a ballet performance. Invite him to the opera because that'll definitely bring out seats if they know like, oh, Timothy Chalamet is gonna be there. Let me buy a ticket. You know.
I think the problem is that he's a man, number one, speaking on what are typically women forms of art. And to say that it's dying or irrelevant is a little dismissive in this current climate. It's not really the smartest thing to say. He has absolutely, you're right. He can absolutely have his opinion. I think it's just a little dismissive. And I just happen to know everybody black when it comes to these spaces. When you think about I think about opera, I think about Samira Joy or Callie Day, who are all great singers who perform operas and have this amazing vocal range. But do I know any people of other ethnicities? No. Sorry, I'm just a little. Maybe I should work on that, but I'm a little pro black.
Oh, and that's not to say that I go to ballet, I go to opera, I go to the classical theater. I go, and
Right.
I have pictures with some ballet dancers. I have pictures with some opera singers. Literally, I'm just shooting. I'm just playing all sides so that way we don't get boxed into one form of thinking. Coco, what do you think?
Um, I don't think that we should. I get what you're saying, like we shouldn't judge him for his opinion, but I think that these art forms of art have shown the test of time. So, whereas you do have your opinion, I think, what did they say on Housewives of Atlanta? It, I think that you should read the room, and maybe it's not the time or place to say something about said issue. If you feel that way in your personal life, fine and dandy, but you have to read the room. You're talking to the world. You're talking to the people who are nominating you for for was it the Oscars? I can't remember.
Oscars, yeah.
Oscars. You're talking the people from the Oscars can hear you, and you have to be understanding and of that at that time when you
Uh,
speak. Every time you speak, unfortunately.
But by the way, they did. I'm just saying, when hip hop was coming around, these same people who are saying ballet is important, opera is important, they were the ones criticizing hip hop, and they said that hip hop wouldn't last. And look at 50 years later, whether you like the sound that's out now, art forms do have an importance in general. And I just wish that we all gave the same respect for all art forms and not just a select few because it's rich and white. And that's what opera and ballet sometimes tends to cater to, which is rich and white. It doesn't
Yeah.
cater towards the black and brown kids who also do ballet. And like Daisha said, filling up those seats because those kids are disappointed when the community doesn't come out to support them because maybe those genres of art forms are boxed in for a reason. You have to pay
And
you have to pay $500 to go see a Met Opera performance at the Met here in New York in Lincoln Center.
no,
$500. So how is that going to make our kids, to afford to go to that kind of performance?
but you want to say things like the Nutcracker, like they just said the Nutcracker, you go and see that in, but it was man. I mean, it was a field trip for us as children, where we had to go and watch it because we were right here by Fox Theater. So we went to Fox Theater. So we kept kind of a dying art afloat. And I know that like lots of schools did that during the 90s. I don't know about now, but in elementary school, every year we would go and see the Nutcracker in theater. And that sometimes when you get a room full of kids that paid $15 to get in, sometimes that can help with a dying form. Like I get when you're talking about principal dancers, yes, you're paying $500 a person, but everybody's not on that stage. So sometimes introducing small children into this different genre of dance and music was how you get people who either become principal dancers or watch principal dance shows. So I think that we think about it on the big scale like principal dancers, but there are kids who our school districts are helping support ballet and opera.
Yeah, and I'm about to say there are a lot of organizations out here that are making things free and available. One, to teach kids about, ballet, opera, and all, jazz, contemporary hip hop. There are people that will offer free classes to teach young people, and also there are free tickets. I went to the Met Opera for free because I knew someone. So it
Yeah.
does pay to when you know somebody, and but you want to be exposed to all art forms. And I just encourage Timothy Chalamet to go out here and just talk to the people in the art community, because then you'll know that there's so many other people that he can get inspired by.
Yeah, and there's
Um
so many different forms of ballet. There's so many different forms of opera. So I think that we all generalize it, but opera and ballet have been able to reinvent themselves. So definitely go out, look around, read into some of the different versions of opera and ballet because some of them are really fun, really cool, really fun to go out and just enjoy. It will definitely surprise you some of the different versions of opera and ballet that are out there. So
And maybe this is a thing where Timothy Chalamet is, shout out to all my YT people out there because I love and support you guys. But maybe this is a moment where just for years and years, YT men have been able to say and do whatever they want to, and now they can't really, because now everybody has a voice, and they're using it to say you can't be a bigot, you can't be racist, you can't be misogynistic, you can't be homophobic, you can't be a lot of things just because you can say it. So yes, you have the license to say whatever you want, but we will punish you. If
Y'all
we feel it,
like,
if we
why
feel
can't
like
we
it.
just
punish you,
categorize
but
people where they go though? Like, why can't we just
right,
say, you know what? You are a bigot. We gonna put you with that other group, and we gonna push
right,
you out of the way. Like, why are we sitting here telling people you have to change, you have to be better, you have to be better? I was like, well, we all
Right.
have to be better. Like, there's something
Yes.
that everybody needs to do.
right. And I think it's just that it does say something that YT, as you say, man, is being called out for stating his opinion when historically that has not been something
Cause it's bro culture. It's
done.
like bro,
Yeah.
bro culture talks like that.
And
And
it's very much like, it's a different scenario to see that, we're living in a day and a time where they can be corrected and
yeah.
not necessarily cancel, because I don't think they're going to cancel him, but can, in a sense, have like, hey, you need to correct your statements. You need to apologize because that wasn't right. And I think it's just about, I think it moves society forward in order to like have these sort of conversations to determine, what do we really think about this? Is this really fair? Is this really, something that you would want to say? Because what if we said that NASCAR is a dying art? Because it kind of technically is. You go get tickets for $20, easy, no problem. I'm thinking about
Have
going on Sunday.
you y'all been to Daytona, right? And you go into and you see the NASCAR and it always looks like it's a mass full of people. No, it's like painted that way so that you can make it look like there's people in the stands.
Right. It's never
But
that many people there,
It's
and their
maybe
absolutely
stadiums are
crazy.
not that big. If you got a 2 mile track and you only have like not even a quarter of a mile worth of stadium seats, ain't nobody there. There's nobody there.
maybe we
And
all
it's
need
so
to
hot, and you
maybe
sit
we
out
need
there all day.
maybe we need to have some picture posters in the seats in the audiences of these different places so people can feel like there's so much support. You got so much support.
And let me tell you, I don't know what happened when me and Spencer went to NASCAR. We were like, oh man, the line to get a beer was so long. And some YT van said, oh, you think the line's long? Here, get right in front of me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm getting privileged because I showed up.
Listen, they have a race here.
Right, we didn't have to wait 2 minutes for our.
They're having a race here in Darlington tomorrow because today's Saturday, and I'm thinking about going because the tickets are only $20 and you get to sit low, and even the good seats are like $70. It's like, oh yeah, I could do
You know
that.
what? I think that the opera and ballet can take a page out of these books. It should be affordable. Make tickets $15. People will go. People will go. People will show up, and it will go viral because now everybody's like, "What are you doing this Saturday?" "Oh, I'm going to the opera." You know, how much was the tickets? $30. I will go.
Very true. But then I guess the whole point of ballet and opera is an elitism sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we're getting into the
So
rich people.
they're mad. They don't. They want more people that have money to care about it, and the people who have money don't care about it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that they
So
do because they're always full when there's a principal dancer. I think it's very important to understand like there are levels to this.
Well,
And
there's also they pay memberships too. So even if
that's a
there
good
is
one.
not a name recognition ballet principal dancer, they're members of these said opera houses or ballet companies and stuff like that. So they pay in packages, and the memberships can be $100,000, and they automatically get seats, and that's because it was a dying. Let me not speak in the way that Timothy spoke. It was a it was very hard to keep people, and so they found a way to sustain profitability. And sometimes, yeah, you do raise the prices, but I think they need to make the prices lower so more people can now be say so that it's not dying. It's just transforming.
right.
Um, okay, I want to get to
Speaking
the
of
next.
transformations,
Yeah, speaking of we're gonna transition to our next topic. I love that. Okay, I wanted to throw this conversation out here, and I really want to. I'm glad that I have three ladies on the call because this kind of pertains to you guys. Um, so EJ Johnson. EJ Johnson is the son of Magic Johnson.
Oh, oh, okay.
He's a he rec- he recently appeared on Carlos King. He has a podcast show, um, and they had a conversation that covered identity, dating, confidence, and gender expression. Some of the clips went viral because EJ said that he prefers dating straight men and is generally not attracted to gay men. He also went further to say things like, what did he say? He looks better than women in certain outfits, saying that he's the best dressed or most striking person in the rooms that he's in. I don't know if you guys seen these comments, but so many people have mixed opinions. The black gay community has criticism for him because they feel like he's trying to otherize himself and try to make it seem like he is um you know, dismissing the Black gay community at large when we could be supportive of him, allegedly. And then also, Black women and women, some women feel as though, like, here again is a man trying to be in competition with a woman. Um, and this whole idea of dating a straight man, which has been a topic that or been a trend that we're starting to see online where there are gay men that do try to date straight men. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you have an opinion about this? Do you not want to get canceled? So I'm gonna kick it.
Right there.
I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna kick it to Daisha just to see where she's at. If she's still not, she can still hear us. Daisha, can you hear us?
I can only hear you. I can't hear Jack and Coco. But
You can't hear me.
I don't want to get canceled.
but
That's the truth.
But no,
but
just my personal opinion.
okay, it's your personal opinion. We
Yeah.
listen to you. We're at home
Um,
just talking.
I don't know the EJ Johnson person because I don't really don't be into the social media and the celebrities and people like that.
Right.
But my opinion, if he said anything about just wanting to date straight men, those technically those men just ain't considered straight. If he, I don't know, but no, that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna go into full details because I don't want to get canceled. But no, that's my opinion on that.
No, I mean it sounds like a common statement that women have said. So I respect it 100%. Jazz is laughing. What are you thinking? I mean, he said a lot, but these are
He
just some
said
of
a
the things.
lot. I don't know. I don't want to get canceled either. If I do have thoughts, I'm gonna try to not get canceled and say them. If I start getting into canceled territory, y'all just mute me, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, I can do that. I can mute you. I can.
Okay. So here's the thing. Daisha is 100% right. If you, EJ Johnson, are dating or, fornicating with another man, he is gay. I'm so sorry. Um, that's just what that is. And I could almost understand the desire because in my mind, in my heterosexual female everything mind, right? I think he wants the validation of feeling like he's turning a man out and like he's so or so like feminine that the man didn't know, and she, whatever the word is they want to use, has turned them out and making them feel, validated in their experience. And I am fully pro uh the gay community, LGBTQ plus community. It's just that it's really hard as a woman when, especially I'll say as a Black woman, when it feels like we fall so low on the totem pole that men get to jump up and down and around and how they want to be perceived, and in using their words to like shame or make themselves better than women. Um, Again, I don't have a problem with men who want to sleep with him, men who, and I don't know if I'm being disrespectful and calling him or not. But do your thing. you don't have to involve us. You don't have to be more feminine than any other woman in there, because most women don't walk in the room worrying about if we're more feminine than any other women. We might want to look better.
Well, that's what he's talking about. He is talking about best dressed. He says that he is best dressed in the rooms that he is, and he said that the girls are not giving it. That's what he said.
Okay, you're best dressed. Sure, we'll give you that because you got EJ Johnson money. I would hope that you were best dressed.
I
And
would hope the whole team is dressing you every day. Like,
you know what I mean? I want to be mean, but I ain't even gonna be mean about it. Because you can have best dressed. Congratulations. But the men that you're in relationship with are all gay, just like you are also gay. And that's that on that. And I heard T.S. Madison talking about like how she feels, only because I know what she wants her pronouns to be, how she feels that like, no, she's like a woman and she should be perceived as such. And you're right. However, you are still a transsexual man, and I respect your pronouns. I respect how you want to live your life, but that does not change the fact that the people that you are in relationship with are gay unless you're starting to date women. And that's just how I feel about it. I'm sorry.
I no, I love your honesty, and you gave. I mean, I think that you guys are speaking heads on to what the feelings are out there online. Mind you, I don't even have social media, but I pick up on all this commentary. Coco, what are you thinking? I know you have your
about
thoughts.
EJ Johnson.
Yeah, about EJ Johnson, the controversy. Do you feel like if a man is courting a straight man, is that man straight? Also, do you feel like sometimes men like EJ are in competition with women as far as looks, styles, maybe getting the other man? Because that was an episode on, like, they had a reality show, and EJ and his sister were both interested in the same guy.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm sorry.
Let me clock some tea real quick. Yeah, clock. So that's serious.
Okay,
So, I,
okay,
you
okay,
know,
okay.
that's all I got to say about that. And the girls know. The girls know the girls. Period. So, but boy, boy, bye. That's what I have to say. Those are all the statements, and that's it. And that's it. It's nothing else.
There's nothing else. Listen, I think that EJ is a part of a different socioeconomic background than a lot of black men and women. I don't even think that he's even referring to most none of these comments. I think he's talking about his YT women that he goes to the clubs or out with. He might be the best dressed out of them. Yes. Also, guys, just to push back a little bit, I think that men sometimes we're automatically boxed into our sexuality because of the narratives that come from a lot of women's perspectives, because a woman can like have sex with a girl or they can kiss a girl and then not deem themselves as gay. They can go back to being straight. I know there's some women that will say that those women are still sexually fluid, but a girl can erase her whole sexual identity as soon as she's married to a man, and like nothing else before that can trump where she is now, versus if a guy takes a stand on whatever their sexuality is today, he is permanently marked as that same person 20 years later. And so I think he's talking about a guy who normally only dates women and he just so happened to spin their wheels for that moment in time, because truth be told, if a guy is identifying himself as straight, I don't think that he's changing his behaviors for that person that he's with temporarily. Think that if he's wanting to make a long lasting relationship with the guy that he's in a relationship with, then he won't deem himself as straight. He'll deem himself as
Sorry, I
bi,
have a question.
bi or something like that. That's not my life, by the way.
I have a
I've
question.
been I've
I have
been
a
gay my
question,
life.
Tarian.
Yeah.
Would you? Okay, first off, are you comfortable with talking about, like
I'm comfortable. Yeah.
if I pose a question to you about sex or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
to that nature? Okay.
Ew.
Hmm.
Would you have sex with
I don't want.
would you have sex with Oprah Winfrey?
No.
Not for money,
No.
not for a milli.
No, there's this older white guy. He's one of my clients. Nice guy. He tries to throw flirtatious things at me all the time, but that's not me. And and he's like, "Oh, I'll fly. Come on, let's go to Miami or da da da." And that's just I won't do it for money. If I'm not attracted to you, I just wouldn't do it. Like
Jasmine,
just full stop.
would you have sex with Oprah Winfrey for a mill? You know why I'm posing this question this way.
Why are you posing the question this way? You should have
Because I
asked
want
it.
to see if you'll turn out
No, I wouldn't have sex with Oprah
our
Winfrey because
coin.
I'm not. I'm
For a
not.
milli, for a
mm,
milli.
Not
I
for a
think that
million.
if somebody wants some money and they
Because
don't have it, let me say that. If somebody wants some money and doesn't have it and thinks that, oh, if I do this, I'm going to be with this guy. He's going to be my man and he's going to pay all my bills. There are people who will do things for money.
are you
Yes.
trying to say no one would find EJ Johnson attractive outside of his clothing?
Or
No,
money.
I'm referring to you turning a straight man gay. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think that they're just converting because you're a nice person. Like I think that most of the time it's happening pretty quickly. Things are interactions are happening pretty quickly. Because if you initially hit on me, unless I know who you are, I'm gonna be like, no, thank you. Like, because I'm attracted to women and only women.
Well, I think it's also about like the rooms that you're in as well. Like, I can understand why a lot of, mind you, I'm a gay guy, but I can really get along with a lot of straight, gay, whatever kind of men because of how I move in rooms. But I can understand why a lot of straight men do not want to have a closeness to a lot of gay men because there could be a situation where their sexuality is tried. And some people might fall victim to certain things, or you know, I'm I'm just trying to give like a full spectrum of like I think that we have a lot of work to do in the male community. And
What?
what's up, Devin? What?
Oh, snap.
um,
Devin, no, I'm just like I wouldn't ask.
David, we
right.
want to know what you think. No, let me.
Devin, would you? No.
What y'all got going down?
Hey,
Not this, not this man get on right when we're talking about this. No, but I just think that like we got a lot of work to do in like the male community as far as like um just respect, treating each other with respect. I think that EJ Johnson has been disrespected in certain spaces, and that's why he moves the way he moves. And like I said, he's an anomaly. There's not a lot of nepo babies who are black with a lot of money, and he went to school in California. They live a whole different type of lifestyle. They grow up with, at by the age of 15, they're probably already driving. They're probably already owning homes and nannies and going shopping at Neiman Marcus and buying whatever. So their whole lifestyle, I don't think that we're ever going to get to know what that really is like, unless we're rich ourselves. But I think that just from like a broader thing, I definitely think that people all have personal styles. You might be the best dressed in one room, but in the next room, you're the least dressed person, and that's the truth. Me and Devondre, we have different styles, the way we dress, and I'm comfortable in my skin and what I put on. And as long as you're comfortable and wearing whatever it is that you're wearing, then that's what all that matters. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Um, Devin, do you shop at Target?
No.
What was the other one? Do you
Devin,
go
do
see?
you shop? Period.
Do you shop? Period.
Do
Yeah, I
you
do a
buy
little bit. I
groceries?
do. I
Do
do
you
a
buy
little bit.
groceries for your household and household necessities?
Some.
Okay. All right.
So Janice texted him say, pick up these things from the store on your way home. That's Devin.
No.
Devin, okay. Devin, we got
I
a
see
couple of
you.
questions. We got
Go
a
ahead.
couple of questions. All right. Do you go see ballet or opera?
Nah.
Do you ever heard of ballet and opera?
Yeah, I
Okay.
seen back. I mean, I saw it before, but
Oh,
I
okay.
once or twice, I probably went and saw it, but I was younger.
You think it was a cool, like you found it to be cool and stuff when you went?
I mean, it's alright. Ain't nothing that I just really just target, going after, but it's alright. Ain't too bad.
Do you feel like it's a dying art form? Like, do you feel like it's not
It,
growing?
I mean, I don't know, cause I don't know the type of people that's into it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got different people that's into different things. So it might be in their lane. You know what I'm saying? It might be growing to them, but to me, I would say it's dying because but I don't know. I don't follow it that often.
Okay, cool. And how do you feel about men comparing themselves to women? Do you feel like that's a no-go? Or do you feel like it is what it is? It
What you
is
what
what
you
it
mean?
is.
What you mean by comparing?
I'm trying to clean this conversation up.
Yeah,
You, you
comparing. I mean
you
that.
know Magic Johnson? You know Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
He got a son named EJ Johnson.
Yeah.
He said he only dates straight men.
But
It
he do some
if you
push-ups
did
or something. I don't know.
Oh my.
He tripping. He tripping.
if a guy dates another guy, they can't be straight, right? Or
That ain't it.
that is not okay. And then so he said that when he goes into rooms, he is the best dressed out of all the girls there. Do you feel like
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be comparing yourself.
so he was just out of pocket?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Tripping.
Nah, yeah, I honestly I feel like he can say whatever he want to say, y'all. He probably don't even care about what we're saying about him. Like this man literally probably lives in a vacuum where it, people pick up his, you know, he gets house cleaning every day.
Oh yeah,
I,
Mirror,
yeah.
mirror on the wall.
right.
Like, tell me what I want to hear.
But like at some point that we all should have a little level of delusion. We'll move better throughout life. Like, that I'm the best at whatever it is I do, and I can pull anybody I walk into the room with.
You, sh-
Be delusional because that might
you
work.
definitely should feel that way.
But where you headed to? You getting off of work? Oh, I see
Uh,
Janice over there. What's up, Janice?
nah, that's
That's
deep.
D.
Oh, that's D.
That's
Uh,
DJ.
What's up, DJ?
yeah, we are riding.
um. All right, guys. I want to get into our last segment. I think it's the most important one. I'm glad you guys joined. Um, the last segment, we're gonna talk about the importance of family gatherings. All right, so we normally get together every year. We try to get together every year, maybe and sometimes a couple times a year, so that we can bond, or there might be certain occasions that um, allows us to see each other more often. And what I've noticed throughout, um, I guess I just noticed that there's been a shift and change, and I think it has something to do with like our matriarchs, those grandmothers, grandfathers that are no longer here with us. I feel like around the country there has been still there's still family gatherings, but I feel like they're not as um relevant. And also we don't even understand why it is that we have family gatherings, like why those things are important. So I want to be able to ask a few questions, and hopefully you guys can answer. I know Dacia's device is not connected. Something's happening with hers. I think Devin's gonna come back on. Coco, you can still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear everyone.
Okay, cool. What does a family gathering mean to you personally?
Me?
Devin, what does a family gathering mean to you?
Oh man, you can hear me? You
We
can
can
hear
hear
me?
you a little bit.
It cut out. It froze up on me.
Oh, I think maybe on your end, your mic must have, because we can. It's
Yeah, I can
showing
hear you.
your volume, but
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
I can only see Tarian though. There you go. All right, so we'll come back to Devin, see what's going on with his phone. Is
what
everyone
about
frozen?
you, Jazz?
Me? The importance of family gatherings? I think it's important that you know who your family members are. I think that we gathered because um, we still needed this community that was still important at, you know, in the early 80s and 90s and 70s. But now I think that for a lot of, particularly for African Americans, a lot of people have decided to move away from home. So it's harder to have a family gathering where everyone can all be in the same place at the same time. But I think it's important that you at least get together for like a family reunion or something, so that way you kind of know
Okay.
from where you came from. You know, your family members you can call on when your back is against the wall and you need someone to reach out to. You need to know who you can rely on, and I think it's important that family still gathers.
Man.
Um, Not only just for that reason, but just so also your children know, where they come from. It's important that they know who their siblings are. You don't want people out mixing and mingling in the world and didn't know they was third and fourth cousins. Like you need to know in order to keep society moving forward. So I think that's why family gatherings are important. I hear there's a lot
Yeah.
going on in the background. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, Coco, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm I also agree. I think family gatherings are important. I think it's important to know your lineage. I think it's important to know your network, I think um there's so many reasons why it's important. Like incest. And I think that, and particularly in the African American and community, we lost some of our lineage, regardless of how we feel about it. Some of our lineage is lost. And so I think that we're losing the fact that we take such pride in how far we've come from where it all began. So I think that, make the effort, go to the family reunions, because this is a lineage of somebody who chose you over themselves because they could have made other choices and said, F that, because a lot of us are like, F that. So you got to think about how many people chose you, whoever you were able to become. Somebody chose you, and suffered for years and years and years, you know. I don't want to get all preachy, but yes, somebody made the ultimate sacrifice so that you could be here today. And they suffered for years and years and years until they died for you.
I know, but why? But that's going into a whole. Uh,
Because you're worth it.
can you hear us, Arian?
Do you guys have a favorite memory? A favorite memory of a family gathering growing up?
Oh
Which
yeah,
one's on our side?
right. That
Like,
is
are you talking about our side or are you talking about grandma? I mean, like, on
mom's.
my grandmother's side. Because we have, like, family reunions every year over there. But on our side, I think they're more fun.
I think, like for us on our side, I don't know. I feel like I remember a few times, like Easter came around, Grandma Bowman would do like Easter egg hunts, and I just remember the house smelling like vinegar. She made a whole big
Oh,
old
yeah.
crazy pot full of eggs and had us out there Easter egg hunting. So that was a good memory. But of course, now as an adult, like our trips are lit.
Nurses are lit. I like the one in
I
Atlanta the
remember that
most, I
one
have to
time
say.
that we went to oh, I remember that one time we went to DC for the Obama
That
inauguration,
was
and I
super
thought
fun.
that that was like super. One, it was cold, but it was such an important moment because I felt like we shared a historical moment together, and also I feel like um we was even sharing blankets, to keep each other warm, and even that we didn't. While it's something simplistic, but it was like something that showed that we cared about the comfort and the safety of ourselves. Because I think that the trains broke down when we were trying to go home, so then
Hmm.
or something happened, and we had to
Yeah.
make sure that we stayed together. I think your mom's sister opened her home up to us, and I feel like that was really kind and gracious. And it just shows you like when you are wanting to spend time with your family, you'll make time, even if it
Yeah.
means, yeah, we're gonna stay in the same house because we can't afford hotels or we can't afford to take different cars or whatever. We're gonna make it work the best way we can. And I feel like those things I'll always remember um because now it serves as a template to the things that we do today, where we get together every year or every couple of months or whatever. And it's the same kind of planning thing where some years it's like big, we're going all out, and then other times it's different.
Yeah.
I agree. That was a good trip. I always think about the day being so stressful, but we did get to witness Barack Obama being elected president.
And such a
Yeah.
large group of community. Like, the kids were freezing, how people just every like big groups of families would like create a circle around all the kids and everybody poured their blankets in between. People were giving out them hand warmer things and just
Hmm.
like not only our own family, but how other families chose to protect you in this moment. It was amazing.
Yeah. Do you guys think that family gatherings are less frequent today? Like just in general, not like our family dynamics, but just as like a
Yeah.
whole. Do you feel like it is have the times changed when it comes to like family gatherings and what they mean? Because we used to sit around the table, sometimes we used to watch TV shows as a family. Like that was a thing. Or cooking dinners, and that's a way of also family gatherings. Like, do those things still happen, and are people talking about them?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've become a little bougie. We want to go out to dinner or something. And I feel like in a dinner, you got to sit in your seat. You can't mix and mingle. So it's not as warm interaction with everybody unless you talk like after or it's like a wedding or something like that. Like just a gathering for just to like a family
Before
reunion
you
or like
leave, tell
that. I
Miss
don't
Nikita
think
that's
that
my
we're
thing.
having those versions of gatherings anymore as much. I mean, my family still has like, four different family reunions, but and we have ours too. So, but outside of that, I don't see other people like, yeah, I'm going to my family reunion this weekend.
Yeah, I was just talking about that with my cousin. I went to North Carolina a couple weeks ago, and he was saying that he was gonna start having more cookouts and stuff this summer at his house because he was like, he's getting older, and like I think there's a gap between those who were like what are they Generation X? Who's that before us millennials?
Hmm?
Who's before millennials? Like like our
Yeah, I
parents.
think it's Zen X.
Our parents' generation. I feel like our grandparents knew the importance of gathering and getting together, but not necessarily our parents. And I think my cousin was opening up to me and he was saying like he now sees the importance of it, that everyone get a chance to get together. So uh shout out to my cousin Jared. He said he was gonna have parties this summer, so I'm gonna be rolling up to North Carolina to be lit at the barbecue. And I'm gonna bring some, I'm gonna bring a little something, something. Because that's also what made it happen. You didn't just rely on one person to host the whole thing. All right, cool. I got the charcoal, I got the grill. We can have it at my house, but can you bring some hamburgers? Can you bring some ribs? Can your mama make the potato salad? Can you make a mixed salad or a pasta salad? Bring some chips, soda, ice, something. But to make it, especially in this day and time in this economy, to make it like solely one person's responsibility to carry all of that weight is really hard. So it's again like kind of routing back to what we were talking about earlier, having that sense of community that everyone's going to participate. It's a village. We can't do this out here on our own. Everybody has to participate, and everyone has to care as much. And I think for me, it's about finding the people who care enough to want to show up, and not just show up, but participate, contribute, reciprocate. But that's it. Thank you for letting me share.
No, I appreciate that. And I couldn't agree more, guys. One, I think that they are still important, and I think families everywhere are doing the best that they can to showcase that to the next generation. And I feel like the new generation is finding a new way of doing things because of social media technology. They'll find their own way eventually, but we keep those traditions going by introducing it to them. Just to give you guys some benefits of family gatherings, it strengthens emotional bonds and a sense of belonging. It reduces feelings of isolation and loneliness. It provides emotional support during difficult times. And studies show that strong family connections are linked to lower rates of depression and anxiety. It improves communication skills. It builds self esteem and identity. It creates a sense of stability and security. And research from family and children development fields show that children who regularly eat and gather with family tend to have a better academic performance and fewer behavioral issues. Intergenerational learning, you get to learn past traditions, stories, and values and cultural identity. Um, and it shows you also how to conflict resolution um, helps families work through disagreements, and it builds empathy and understanding for others. So I thought it was so important that I brought this conversation up because we're doing a family thing, the Tribe Nine, and what better way to like bring other people into the fold when they can know that we're doing a family thing right now. It may not be physical in person, but we're virtually still, keeping our ties alive. And with that being said, we want to end this out on a great positive note. Daisha, can you take us home? What positive message can you give to us before we depart? Oh, does anybody want to add anything to that before we leave?
No, and they should hear it.
She's thinking about it.
Okay.
Well, Coco, because
No,
I think
don't
Daisha
go.
is trying to say something, but it ain't
Oh, she
happening.
is. She
Y'all
said
can't
she
hear
can't.
me?
No, we can't hear you, honey. Put it in the chat, and we'll
Put it in the chat and we'll say
we'll
it.
say it.
These were some great
Yeah,
conversations,
Anna.
guys. I think we
Yeah,
talked
we've had
about
a great. This
Yeah,
is
these were
fun.
good notes. This
a
is
little
fun. I'm a little
controversial.
lit. Did y'all? We didn't even talk about our drinks. Other
How
than
many shots? This is the
Oh,
key word. How many shots did you take?
I was drinking a mimosa.
so was I.
You was drinking a mimosa?
Yeah.
But I had a cup. I mean, I had a coffee mug because I was
You
trying to
know
be
I.
demure.
You know.
Oh, okay. I have our quote.
Oh, okay, what is it?
Live life like it's your last.
Period.
Period.
And that's a cheers to that.
Cheers to that,
Yeah.
Daisha.
All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Love y'all. Have a great, positive day.
All right. Love you guys too.
Love you. Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.